Hi. Welcome to a quick video diary. Probably gonna be quick, hopefully gonna be quick because I don't have a lot of time. Sometimes I just want to talk about the things that are on my mind because I need it. I guess I'm the kind of person who does well expressing herself by talking. I get to sort my thoughts out that way. I get to kind of figure out my own mind by talking about it. I can write about it, but it's a little too slow, and I think it gets a little too controlled when I write. So to me, it's often great to just talk, and I don't always have someone to talk to, so here I am with the camera, and this is also why everything started. So right now I am waiting, and in a week I should know if I got into school or not. And I mentioned this in another video diary, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna upload it or not. Maybe I'll just upload this one because I tried to get into Japanese, a bachelor, last year, and didn't get in because, I mean, technically I had the grades to get in at that point, but the grade average to get in made a big jump. So because we don't have entrance exams, generally speaking, in Norway, you just, based on the average, like the grades you average when you are in high school, you either get in or not depending on how many spots there are and stuff like that. And I would have gotten in, except from the fact that it did a big jump in the point average grade thingy, whatever, to get in previous to last year. Usually it goes up maybe by a little, it goes down by a little. This time it did a big jump, and a lot of like study line course things did a big jump as well. So I didn't get in last year, and that was pretty disappointing because I thought I had pretty good margin to get in as well. Not that much of a margin, but I did have a bit of margin, so I was kind of assuming I'd get in. I was pretty sure, and then I didn't. And then a year passed. I tried to study something else. It didn't work out, so I quit that. Tried to study something else. It semi-worked. And now, in a week, I mean, because, obviously I applied again this year, because I get age points, basically, in Norway. You get extra points for age after you're 20, and you also can get extra points by studying other things or going into the military. And I get 2 extra points this year. And I probably won't get in this year either, unless it goes down. And I honestly don't know if it will. Right now, it's kind of hard to predict where it will go, because last year, they did put in the rule. It was the first year with the rule in place. Basically attendance rule for high school. So I guess a lot more people finish high school because they had to, because it was more of a strict rule about attendance that we didn't have before, and that's probably why I did a big jump. And this year, I honestly don't know if it's gonna be a trend that more people are gonna finish, or if that was kind of like a big jump year and then now it's gonna be slow down a bit more and stabilize. I don't know. It's so nerve-wracking to just wait and not know, because right now a lot is kind of hinging on this, because I have a plan B, and it's a big leap. Because my dream is to learn languages and to somehow be able to live a little freely, be able to travel and experience things while working on something that I personally feel proud of, or something that I feel connected to in some way. And if that could be something creative, that would be great. But also right now I am doing a lot of translation work, and I do like that. And the kind of hope/plan is that I'll be able to learn, well, in total I'll be sufficient in like 5 languages, because kind of the plan eventually. But the first thing, and the one thing that I really want to do right now, is to learn Japanese, and I want to try to live in Japan for a little while. So I haven't really talked to a lot of people about this, because it's really been a trend of mine to make a lot of plans and to really believe in it and to really go for it, and then something happens and it just kind of falls through. And I told everyone, told my family, told friends, and then nothing becomes of it. And eventually I kind of noticed that they stopped believing in me. At least my family kind of did. Not unlike to be mean, but they just kind of started to always ask, are you sure? Are you sure this will work? Are you sure this will come through? Have you really thought this through? Have you really planned it? And I always did. And a lot of the time, issues weren't actually in my control. Like, it wasn't always my fault. Like, it's not my fault that the grades did a big jump. I had my grades. I couldn't do anything more than that. And I don't have top grades, but I don't have bad grades either. The Norwegian grading system is from 1 to 6, with 6 being like perfect and 1 being fail. And out of high school right now, with my extra points, I'm gonna be at like 4.6. And at the end, when I get like all my extra points, like all my H points and stuff, I would be at 5. So I'd be at 5 out of 6. So they don't have bad grades. They're just not superb. So I could have done better with my grades. But right now, the actual study that I went to Vacant High School. Is that how you pronounce it? Vacant? Where you study a specific thing. I went to Media High School. But the line of study that I had, the class that I had, is now changed / removed and turned into another one. And that means I can't go back and change those grades for those specific classes because those classes don't exist anymore. So I actually can't do much to change my previous grades. And most of my bad grades were from when I was 16 and I was having a hard time. So yeah, it doesn't feel like it's like particularly my fault that I didn't do 100% when I was 16 and having a hard time. Did way better the last 2 years of high school. I did really great. I had really good grades, but the first year carried some really bad grades and those really dragged me down. So yeah, right now I am just waiting because so many things will change. If I don't get into school, so many things will change. And if I do get into school, things will also pretty much really change. And it's basically I'm standing in this road and the road is splitting in front of me to left and right. And it's so nerve-wracking because the difference is massive. And it's so hard to just stand here and not know which way to go. But once we actually start going in any direction, we're gonna have to walk fast, we're gonna have to leap pretty hard, it's gonna be a pretty intense experience, it is gonna be so great, and I really, honestly, this is part of me that like, I have the sensible choice, and then I have the dreamy choice, the kind of the wild, adventurous choice, and I'd like to go with the adventurous one, but if I get into school, that's a sensible one. Things will kind of continue in a normal pattern if I get into normal school, and that'll be great. But at the same time, there's a small part of me that hope I don't get into school, because the other one just seems so much more fun. But it is, yeah, very conflicting. It's very devastating to sit there and wait to see how my future will unfold, because these are pretty big steps for me, and they're finally gonna be steps, and I'm so sick of being in the parking lot, the metaphorical parking lot of life. I'd like to get on the road and get moving. So yeah, that's my dear video diary, is what my life is right now. It is currently June. No, it's not. It's not June at all. It's July. It's we're like a third into July. In 1 week I should probably know, and everything is going to change. Either way, it's terrifying and magnificent and so hard to wait for, because I just want it to be here right now so I can get started. So yeah, that's me right now, and I'm glad I got that off my chest, but it's not gonna leave my chest, so it's gonna keep staying very heavily here until it's resolved and until I can finally start walking, running, leaping, and maybe even, if I'm very lucky, fly. Okay, that's all. I wanted to talk about that, and if you're going through something similar, let me know. And also do subscribe, because that would be cool. And I'll see you next time. Bye.